Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks for popping in. As always, it's lovely to have your company. Now today we're going to do a design on our June calendar page. But I just want to show you first how I come up with the idea. I had a lovely workshop a couple of weeks ago in Scotland, and a couple of the ladies were asking, and they were saying they were a bit worried about stamping directly on the calendar to start off with. So I said I would do a video and explain how my head works. Now, as you know, funny place, my head. Now for June, I wasn't sure what really I was going to do. Sometimes I have an idea, sometimes I don't. But I've taken my inspiration from the gorgeous little printed image at the base of the calendar. So this was my inspiration and also my colour guide. And what I've done is with the design, so as you can see on the calendar, I've masked off an area with my Lavinia low tack masking tape. Fabulous stuff, doesn't tear the card. And what I did was on a piece of card, I've masked off the same area and I've had a play at my design. And as you can see, I've stamped in grey to match the image, and I'm using the gorgeous mini fairy lantern again to match the image here. And this way it's given me confidence, well, she says, hopefully confidence, that when I stamp in my calendar page that I've got an idea what I'm doing, but also I can see if I actually like it. And do you know what, if I didn't, I would just create another design. But just to show you that I won't be wasting the design, what I will actually do with this card, this topper, is I've got myself a card blank here that I've already added some orange splats, and I'm just going to pop that on there. And I've already stamped in the same grey, the Morning Mist VersaFine Clair, stamped my envelope, so that way I'll have a card and envelope as well. So again, if you haven't got a calendar, if you've not managed to get one, I know they were limited stock, so really it was if you were in first. If you haven't got one, don't worry. You know, this design will look beautiful, as I say, on a card like this or in your journal. Now I'm just going to put that here where I can keep an eye on it, have a look, because I'm liable at my age to forget exactly what I did. So I'll bring my calendar back, and as I say, we're going to be using VersaFine Clair, the Morning Mist to stamp. And the first stamp we're going to come in with is one of our lovely new ones, and this is the Vine Branch. Again, as soon as I saw this, I knew it was just going to be one of my firm favourites. And I'm just going to ink it up and then stamp my first image coming in across here. And again, I've got copy paper underneath. Just for me, I find it works better. Again, I've always said this, you will find what works best for you. And there we go, beautiful. So I'm going to add just a couple more, just sort of coming off the page. So again, I'm just going to turn it round because it's easier for me. So I'm going to have one there, and then we'll pop another one just at the top. So we'll just see if we can just capture a little bit at the top here. And then I'm just going to give that a blot, because obviously VersaFine Clair is a slower drying ink, and also on your masking tape it will dry slower. And I'm going to add some ink, and I don't want to smudge it across my card. So it's important for me to give that a good blot. And as you can see, it has come off some of the ink that was on the masking tape. So we'll pop that there. And I'm just going to bring a piece of kitchen towel to cover the base. And we're going to add some colour. So I'm thinking the two colours I'm going to come in with my elements is the Della Blue and the Violet Chalk. And I've got my lovely stencil brushes, and these are the larger of the stencil brushes. And I'm just going to start in this bottom corner here and start on the masking tape and just bring in a nice light colour. We've done this before. Dab it in the lid and then start in the corner, just gently along each side. And again, if I do this corner first, it does give that ink time to dry. So I'll do the same up here. And again, I'm just going to come in and down this edge. And I'm actually going to, because I've stamped first, I can actually see where I just want to come round and almost give a bit of a glow around my stamping. I don't want to cover the whole page with colour, just around the image. And that's why I've stamped first and then I'm coming in with my ink. And it's just that blue sort of glow around. And then I'm going to come in with my violet chalk and just add a little bit of a purpley tone now. So again, I'm just going to start in this bottom corner and then just gradually up the side, along that side, and then again start in this corner, a little bit along there. And this just sort of warms it up, adds a bit of depth. I don't want too much. And I'm always starting in the corner, look, because I want the corner darker. And then it means that the blending is just easy with my brush when I come into the middle. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. Now, you might not be able to pick up on it in the middle. It is quite light, it's quite subtle. And what I want to come in with now is we've got this lovely word stamp, this script stamp, and it's called Wise Owl. Now, although it is words about the owl, I'm just going to use it as a general background. So, you know, even don't think it has to be about the owl. You know, you don't have to just use it on where you're using the owl. Now, whenever you're doing anything like this, I put an arrow on the back of my word stamp so that I make sure I get it the right way up. Because before now, I don't know about you, I have stamped words upside down. But I would always stamp on a piece of copy paper first, just to see whether you want first generation. Obviously, that's your first. Don't ink up. We've got second. Don't ink up again. We've got third generation. So I'm thinking second for this. So again, we're going to ink up and we'll take off the first on my copy paper. I mean, again, if you're organised and you've got a spare piece of card, you could stamp on a spare piece of card. And I'm going to go right across the work. And I think the second generation is just beautiful. And keeping it grey to go with my tones. I'm not doing any stamping in black on this design. So I'm just going to come in slightly to the side now. Lovely. So I'm just sort of going across. I want another one there. And again, we'll take that off. And just come our third one. And you have to concentrate. Make sure you get your... Before now, I've forgotten to do second generation. Have you ever done that? Carried on doing first. So I like that, but I want to add my lovely... If I look at the original, I'm going to use the pound, the mini fairy lantern. And I'm also going to use one of these lovely new stamps, which is off the Vine set. And it's this lovely leaf, just to bring in a little bit more almost detail, I think, to the design. I like it as it is, but I just want a little bit more. And you know, sometimes on trees, when you see them, they have sort of extra leaves and extra shoots that grow. So we'll have some of these first. And let's have one hanging there. Now I am going to decoupage these, so it doesn't matter if I stamp them over an area, but I'm thinking I'll have one hanging there. And then, what do you think? I'm thinking one just at an angle coming in there. And then maybe just the edge of one. 3 is a good number, but I'm thinking just part of one up there at the top. I like that. I think that flows really well. So we'll come in with this. I'm going to stick with the grey. And I'm thinking I just want a leaf coming down here. Now, I know you're going to shout at me, but remember we're decoupaging this. So you see this one here, how I like the way the leaf is just popping out from underneath. And again, that's the beauty of doing this on card first. I can sort of not only practice, but have a look at little bits that I like and don't like. Now, if there's areas, look, where maybe the work hasn't stamped right up to the edge, you just bring this fabulous stamp in and add a leaf there. And nobody will ever know, because you won't tell them, I won't tell them. We do like a way of getting round things, don't we? I'm just thinking maybe just one there. Just sort of coming down, you know how they grow from the branch. Do a little here, what do we think? No, I think I'm going to leave that. I like that as it is. So just give that a blot. And then I'm going to add some colour. So I'm just going to come in with my watercolour pencils. And in my set here, look, these beautiful watercolour pencils, we've got 2 greys. So I shall get those in my hand. Again, I'm just going to lean on here. And then I'll just add a little bit of almost the darker grey. And I'm not going to overthink this. Just want to keep it those lovely colour tones. And then I'll come in with the lighter grey. And again, you can make yourself a lovely brew, get your colouring pencils out and enjoy some lovely time colouring. I'm just giving you the idea. I do love, there is something really nice about colouring in grey tones though. If you've not tried it, have a try. I know it probably sounds quite almost boring, but it's lovely. I love grey. I love working in just pencil work. So just get my water brush now and then we'll just blend. This is the number 1. It's my favoured one. I just want to blend a little bit of colour around there. Then I'm going to put that to one side because the next bit is we need to make, let's pop our pencils away. So again, what you're going to do is get yourself a scrap of card. Now we really do need to use our scraps of card up. And then just come in with our grey. And what you're going to do is stamp yourself, look, a whole lot of these lovely Chinese lanterns, our fairy lanterns. And then to add colour, I've already got some that I've coloured and cut out, you'd be pleased to know. But all I do is with my watercolour pencils, and I have a bit of a cheat here. So I would come in and get myself a red, a lovely orange, and a yellow. And then the way I tend to colour them in is, and again, those of you who are proper colourists, this is just my own little cheats way, so please forgive me. And if you have a way that you normally add colour, you go with that. As I say, this is just for anybody who's maybe not done any colouring before. So I tend to do red round the outside. And then I'm going to come in with my orange and I'm going over the red just to almost blend. I'm just doing lovely circular motions, nice pencils that have got a point. And I'm coming in a little bit and I want to almost make it look a bit 3D. So then I'm going to come in the middle with the yellow and then go back over that orange with the yellow. And then when I add my water, start with your lighter colour. So this is just my brush that's been in my water pot into the yellow. And then I'm going round into the orange and then finally, and you see how it pops into that red. And then I can drag the red as far as I want. And if I lift that up, can you see? And for me, that's just a lovely little cheat way of adding colour. And all I've done is added some Stickles, painted some Stickles on, our lovely glitter glue, and cut them out. Because I did think you wouldn't really want to see me cutting out. So very important, I want to put these away. And again, I'm afraid I have to have them in order. And then back to our lovely calendar design. What I want to do just before I stick my lovely little fairy lanterns on, I've got one of the orange, the glittery sparkly Poscas. And I want to just add some lovely Posca splats. And again, I'm pointing almost the point where I want my splats. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't like the splats, you can leave this off. Just get one in the corner. There we go. And then I'm going to glue my lovely fairy lanterns on, and I've got my bippity boppity glue. Still can't say it. It might be in a lovely new shape bottle, but the name's still the same. Thanks, Kev. I still can't say it. This has got a fine nozzle look, so it's perfect. Now, you could shape these lanterns if you wanted, but for me, I've found if I decoupage anything too high and make them too 3D, I personally don't find it easy stamping on top of it. So I'm just going to put mine quite flat. We've got one more. And obviously this is a dries clear, so it goes on as white, but it will dry clear. And then I just need to cut this one at the top. So I'm just going to sort of do it by eye, so bear with me. I think it's about there. Right, we're going for there, aren't we? Straight across, let's see. Oh, I reckon when we take our tape off, so I'm going to take my tape off before I add that. I don't want to lose that. Keep your eye on it, folks. Now, my low-tack tape, Lavinia, peels off beautifully, and I will show you that. If you've got one that you're not so sure about, the heat tool trick, remember, just pop your heat tool on and it will make it so much easier to come off. But I've got my confidence in this and I'm happy. Look, it is just going to peel off. And that means that I can come in. Now, where did we put that? We put it somewhere safe, didn't we? Are you like me? Where is that somewhere safe? How many things have you lost that you've put in that somewhere safe place? So we'll pop that one there. Beautiful. It's nice just to have one just off the edge now. Lid back on there. Lovely. Lovely with that nice fine nozzle. And then for me, I just think that is beautiful. And also it matches, look, with the image at the bottom. It really ties in the grey. But one last thing, I'm just going to add a sentiment. So, again, I'm going to pop that to the side. You'd be surprised how many sides I have here, what with the floor. And now, I don't know about you, but I keep any little strips like this. And I've got these lovely set of words from the balance. And we've got memories, wish, inspire and create. Now, I put memories on my original one, look. But I'm thinking in my calendar, I'm going to go for wish. And I must admit, what I tend to do when I'm stamping myself, the word stamp, and I'm going to use the grey again, I tend to stamp a couple. And then I've got them ready, keep them in a little box. And then I've got them ready for when I need them. So pop the lid on and we'll just, with our scissors, just cut myself. Now again, I'm just doing this by eye with my scissors. And then what I'm thinking is, I'll take that out from under there. The word wish, I'm thinking, let me have a look. And this is where, what do you think? Oh, I quite like it there. I think it follows that line beautifully. And I just need a little bit more Posca there, just to tie the two together. And I want to see if I can catch a little bit on the sentiment. This will be interesting. I could end up obliterating the whole sentiment, couldn't I? So if we put that there, as I say, I'm thinking of tying the two together. Remember to pop that lid on. And then let's just have just a couple more, gently, see if I can just get, and just put a little dot on top of those letters. Lovely. So for me, that wish just ties this lovely design, and your eye follows right down the whole. Now it's not easy to show you the whole thing, as I say, because of where my iPad's set up, but there's your top design, and then if you follow it down, look, there's the base of the page. So for me, when that's hanging on my wall, and also I've got a little bit of stamping here with that script stamp and a little bit of Posca, but I can still write on there. It's not too much, it doesn't take over. And then there's my calendar page, and obviously we've got our topper there ready to go on that card. So I've got a card and a calendar page, which I have to say I'm really happy with both. So thank you very much for joining me. As always, it's really lovely to spend time with you. I hope you like these new stamps. So many possibilities with them, you know. But again, I know not everybody can order them straight away, and sometimes obviously it takes a while in the post. So maybe you're going to have this design and wait till your new stamps arrive, or have you got a different one that you could actually use here? If you've got this wonderful pound fairy lantern, you could still make the page, couldn't you? Anyway, share with me what you create, please, because you'll inspire other people. And anyway, and I'm just nosy, I love to see what you create. You take care, everybody. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.